I remember a heated debate with a friend about climate change. It was one of those conversations where you feel like you're talking to a brick wall. I presented scientific data, reports from reputable organizations, and even pointed out the increasing frequency of extreme weather events. I thought the evidence was undeniable. My friend, however, remained unconvinced. No matter how compelling the data, he just wouldn't budge. He countered with blog posts, cherry-picked data, and conspiracy theories. It was frustrating. I felt like we were speaking different languages. How could someone dismiss overwhelming evidence? It baffled me. This experience made me realize that facts alone rarely change minds. It's not just about the information, it's about how we process it. We often cling to our beliefs, even when confronted with contradictory evidence. It's a natural human tendency. This resistance to facts is not limited to personal arguments. It extends to broader societal issues. It plays out on a larger scale in society, especially in highly charged domains like politics and religion. These areas are rife with deeply held beliefs. Understanding why people reject evidence is crucial for navigating these divides and fostering more constructive dialogues. It's about finding common ground. The answer lies in the complex interplay of cognitive biases, identity, and the neuroscience of belief formation. Only by understanding these factors can we hope to bridge the gap. Our brains are constantly bombarded with information. Every day, we encounter a vast array of data, from news headlines and social media updates to conversations with friends and colleagues. To process this deluge efficiently, we rely on mental shortcuts called cognitive biases. These biases help us filter and prioritize information quickly, allowing us to navigate our complex world with some degree of ease. These biases are like rules of thumb that help us make quick judgments and decisions. They act as mental shortcuts, enabling us to make sense of the overwhelming amount of information we face daily. While generally helpful, they can lead to systematic errors in thinking. These errors can skew our perception of reality and influence our decisions in ways we might not even be aware of. One such bias is confirmation bias. This is the tendency to search for, interpret, and remember information in a way that confirms our preconceptions. We tend to favor information that confirms our existing beliefs while dismissing or downplaying contradictory evidence. This can create an echo chamber, reinforcing our views and making it harder to consider alternative perspectives. Another is the availability heuristic. This bias makes us overestimate the likelihood of events that are easily recalled, often due to their vividness or emotional impact. This bias makes us overestimate the likelihood of events that are easily recalled, often due to their vividness or emotional impact. For example, after seeing news reports about airplane crashes, we might overestimate the danger of flying, even though statistically it's very safe. These biases, along with many others, shape our perceptions and interpretations of the world. They color our understanding and can lead us to make decisions that are not always rational or in our best interest. They influence what information we seek out, how we evaluate it, and ultimately, what we believe. Our cognitive biases can affect everything from our daily choices to our broader worldview. This means that even when presented with objective facts, our biases can lead us to interpret them in a way that reinforces our pre-existing views. Understanding these biases is the first step towards mitigating their impact and making more informed decisions. Beliefs are not merely abstract ideas we hold. They are deeply intertwined with our identities. Our beliefs about politics, religion, morality, and other fundamental aspects of life contribute to our sense of self. They connect us to groups and communities that share those beliefs. Challenging someone's beliefs can feel like a personal attack, a threat to their very identity and sense of belonging. This connection between belief and identity is particularly strong for beliefs that are central to our worldview or that we've held for a long time. These beliefs become deeply ingrained in our cognitive and emotional systems. As a result, we are highly motivated to protect them from threats, even if those threats come in the form of factual information. The natural inclination might be to assume that presenting people with facts will change their minds. After all, Facts are supposed to be objective and irrefutable, right? We often believe that if someone is simply made aware of the truth, they will naturally come around to our way of thinking. However, research suggests that this is often not the case. In many instances, people become even more entrenched in their original beliefs when confronted with evidence that contradicts them. In fact, presenting contradictory evidence can sometimes backfire, causing people to dig in their heels and hold on to their beliefs even more strongly. This counterintuitive reaction is more common than we might think. This phenomenon is known as the backfire effect. It occurs when people are presented with information that challenges their preconceptions, leading them to reject the new information and cling even more tightly to their original beliefs. Neuroscience offers some insights into why this occurs. Studies have shown that when our beliefs are challenged, the brain's threat detection system is activated. When we encounter information that challenges our deeply held beliefs, the areas of the brain associated with threat and emotional processing become activated. This is similar to the way our brain responds to physical threats. This triggers a stress response, making us less likely to engage in rational thought and more likely to react defensively. Our brain essentially goes into a fight or flight mode, prioritizing self-preservation over open-mindedness. Instead of updating our beliefs, we double down on them as a way to protect our sense of self and reduce cognitive dissonance. This defensive mechanism helps us maintain a consistent worldview, even in the face of contradictory evidence. Politics and religion are prime examples of domains where beliefs are fiercely defended. These are areas where people often have strong convictions and where group identity plays a significant role. Political ideologies provide frameworks for understanding the world and one's place in it. They offer a sense of belonging and purpose. Similarly, religious beliefs often provide a moral compass, a sense of community, and answers to life's big questions. Given the strong emotional and identity connections to political and religious beliefs, it's no surprise that people are often resistant to changing their views in these areas. Discussions about these topics can easily devolve into heated arguments, with each side entrenched in their own beliefs and dismissive of opposing viewpoints. When confronted with evidence that challenges our beliefs, we often engage in mental gymnastics to rationalize it away. One common tactic is selective exposure. We might seek out information that supports our views while avoiding information that contradicts them. Another is source discrediting. If we don't like the source of the information, we might dismiss it as biased or unreliable, regardless of its validity. We might also engage in motivated reasoning, interpreting ambiguous evidence in a way that supports our existing beliefs. All these tactics allow us to maintain our beliefs and protect our sense of self, even in the face of contradictory evidence. So, how can we have productive conversations about challenging topics when beliefs are so deeply entrenched? First, it's essential to approach these conversations with empathy and respect. Recognize that people's beliefs are often deeply held and tied to their identities. Avoid attacking or belittling their views, as this will only make them more defensive. Instead of focusing on facts and figures, try to understand the underlying values and motivations behind their beliefs. Ask questions, listen actively, and try to find common ground. Frame the conversation in a way that allows people to engage with the information without feeling threatened. The ability to think critically is crucial for navigating a world awash in information. Critical thinking involves questioning assumptions, evaluating evidence objectively, and being open to changing one's mind in light of new information. It's about moving beyond blind belief and engaging in thoughtful, reasoned analysis. Encouraging critical thinking from a young age is essential. This includes teaching children how to evaluate sources, identify biases, and construct sound arguments. It also involves fostering a culture of open-mindedness and intellectual humility, where it's okay to be wrong and to change one's mind. In a world of complex issues and diverse perspectives, it's important to approach conversations with curiosity rather than a desire to be right. Instead of clinging to our beliefs as absolute truths, we should view them as works in progress, always open to revision in light of new information and perspectives. Embracing intellectual humility and a willingness to engage with different viewpoints is essential for bridging divides and fostering a more understanding and compassionate society.